So we're starting off this project with a blown tire on the trailer stuck on the side of the road, and I don't have a wrench to take off the spare. Unfortunately, the one that was on my truck does not fit it, so Thomas Smith is heading over to the auto parts store to go get us a wrench, thank gosh, and then we'll be able to get that tire off the trailer. I'm literally 5 minutes away from the job site. I can't believe this happened. I know you see a lot of videos out there, guys building ponds and all the fun and games and everything like that, and it is fun and games, and we love our job, but when stuff like this happens, the stress level rises, just like any other job in this world. So I was driving down the road and all of a sudden I heard boom, and then I knew it was the tire. I think we're in luck. Tom Smith just arrived with some tools. Hopefully we can fix this issue. So using the excavator bucket, we were able to lift up the side of the trailer by unstrapping the boom, swinging over, and lifting up the machine. Tom Smith is a great help this morning. Running a business, it's like Greg says, nothing but problems. And you know what? We fix them and move on, keep a smile on our face. So the spare tire is on and we're ready to roll again. Time to head to the trailer place later on this afternoon and get a new tire. So if anything happens like this, we're prepared again. It's time to buy some wrenches for each of the vehicles. Should have had it, but lesson learned. Time to build a waterfall.
Are you ready?
So we made it. We made it to the house in Andover, New Jersey, and it is a beautiful farm with plenty of property and some beautiful rock that we'll be pulling with the skid steer from the property to build the waterfall. I'm going to meet Tom at the site right now. It's located along the pool side, is from what I hear, and it's going to be awesome. So if you look behind me, that is the hillside and the canvas for this Pondless Waterfall. It's a nice steep hillside. Like Tom said before, there's many viewable areas from the patio that I'm standing on, whether it's from that pergola, the fire pit, or swimming in the pool. This waterfall is going to be the perfect addition to this backyard pool area. So we put the top of the aqua blocks, laid them on the ground in the shape that we're going to be digging out this basin. Sprayed it a little bigger, and now we're ready to excavate. I'm gonna hop in the machine over there, bring it over on the hill, place the blade towards me so I can level the machine out and start digging. I need to go roughly down 21 inches from the top of this wall. So I have my trusty laser here. I just set the stick 21 inches down and we're gonna start digging. We're gonna have a mighty big drop falling right into the basin and a couple cool drops as we go up the hill. So we got the basin pretty much hooked out and roughed out, 21 inches down, and we're ready to start shaping it and level on the bottom. I dug down a little deeper over there and we'll fill in with some material because that's where that pump wall is gonna be. And I did not want any surprises later on, like a big boulder in our way. We're back at it for day 2 and the whole team is here. Raphael finished up the last project and it looks wonderful. He did a great job over there with Alicio. That was the pond that we just finished up over at West Nyack, New York. With the whole team here, we're gonna get a lot of work done today. We have the basin pretty much in the ground. We had to come in this morning with some sand and that trusty little super sack over there, leveled the bottom out, and now we're ready for fabric and to put the aqua blocks in the hole. We're using large aqua blocks. The tops of those aqua blocks are sitting about 4 inches below the cap of this wall. So all the blocks are in place and they're sitting nice and flat. Due to the fact that we brought some sand in, it really helps you level out the bottom. We're gonna also surround the perimeter on the outside of the liner with sand as well. That way we get even compaction around the blocks and the blocks are super sturdy. Raphael just pulled the pump vault out of there, and the reason for that is he's gonna be drilling more holes around the bottom of that vault. We have 2 larger pumps going in there and we wanna make sure there's plenty of surface area for the intake and the well does not run dry. So the holes are drilled in the vault and we did that on all 3 sides that are touching the aqua block, leaving the stock slots in the front the way they are. Cutting a small piece of aqua block to fit behind that vault is what the guys are doing right now, and then we're ready to backfill. So Phil is out here from Cito's Pool Service and he is the owner and he is cleaning the pool. Tell us a little bit about your company, Phil.
We're strictly a maintenance company now. We used to build pools years ago. A little semi-retired, but just going all over northern New Jersey, Sussex County, Passaic County, Rockland, Orange, Bergen County, and we just clean pools, pumps, filters, heaters, liners, salt systems, you name it. We just don't build them anymore.
And where are you located out of?
Ringwood, New Jersey.
Ringwood, New Jersey. I'm from West Milford. That's awesome. Cito's Pool Service. Check them out. Are you on Facebook?
You can Facebook Phil DiBenedetto or the Farmer Phil Band or Cito's Pool Time Service.
So they got the basin all compacted all the way around besides the front edge here. and we're gonna do something special with the sand. I wanna reveal the front side of that block a little bit when I flip that liner back so water can go. Right here behind the wall is some 3/4 inch crushed stone, which is really rough and would put holes in the liner. So we gotta make sure we have some fabric right here. So we're gonna cut a piece and then shape that sand on an angle going towards the block. So when building a waterfall, your first rock is really important. That's gonna be a beautiful spill boulder down below that's gonna fall right into the basin that I'm standing on. After you pick your first boulder and we get that balance, we're gonna have some frame boulders, but I already got a couple in mind. One of them sitting over there on the skid steer ready to go, and I have a couple more lined up down below. So we are 2 rocks in on this waterfall, and I really like how that frame boulder sits there. It slants back and will act as the bottom of the pool, but I like how it sits there and you can see that waterfall from all over. That is gonna be a beautiful sheet of water falling into the basin. When we go to set these boulders out front, we want to go with more of a lower profile. And the reason for that is so we don't block the waterfall. Carlos is adding large gravel in between that area that I was talking about before. So we flipped that liner back over and we left a gully on the front edge. That gives us more surface area for water to disappear later on. If the liner was tight up against the block, the water would not be able to penetrate that front side of the block. That's dug down about 6 to 8 inches and then filled with that large gravel. And like I said, gives us more surface area for the water to disappear. We had to bring the excavator down to the rock pile so we could start picking from the back and setting them on the driveway. This is gonna be awesome for the second tier. There is a really, really big one in there right there. After this one, Ralphie should be able to pull that one out. It is definitely fun, a little challenging working with different boulders, but this stuff is definitely awesome. Nice sharp edges, very blocky, and nice and solid. It does not like to break apart when picking it out with the excavator. That's a pretty good sized rock there, and that'll be great for a frame boulder. That big black cloud behind me. We're getting a severe thunderstorm coming through, even possible tornado warning. We decided to start digging the waterfall out, but we have tarps here and everything else that we might need to put back down. Guys behind me are getting a shelf ready for the next set of boulders. So that boulder right there is really neat. It is really set closer to me compared to the waterfall where Alessio is standing. So when that water comes down the hill, it's gonna take a sharp right-hand turn from the bottom, then split and then go down. It's gonna look really, really neat. So this big flat rock here is gonna be a perfect frame boulder for the left side of this waterfall. We're gonna have it on a nice angle, shooting down into the stream, and have water coming over the face of it. To the right-hand side of it, it'll be a nice little sheet for about 3 feet in length. Probably be one of my favorite waterfalls in this Pondless. So we're at the top of the waterfall, right up by the walkway, and we're about ready to set our final couple of boulders on the liner. This one here is gonna be one of the middle boulders splitting the upper spillway boxes. Same thing with the other boulder right there behind Carlos that Alessio is strapping up. Then right here in this corner, we're gonna have a spillway, and over in that corner, we're gonna have a spillway. So both areas of the patio get a view. Remember, that was really important from the start, and we're continuing the same idea as we work our way up the waterfall. So we're back here and the rain has not stopped. It rained all night long. It's still coming down now. We still have the tarps out, but we're gonna try to do a little bit of work. Hopefully in about another hour it passes through, but that wastes a whole half a day's worth of work. It'll delay us from the next project, but it's more important to get this project done before we move on to another one. Once the rain stops, I can continue foaming along in the waterfall and sealing it up. Right now we're working on an overlap up top right there, putting a new piece of liner in and backfilling with some soil and getting the spillways in place. Because of all the rain, the basin is super filled with water. Carlos is coming with the clean out pump. He's gonna stick it down in the pump vault and lower the water down in the basin so I can start working on this front edge. We will resolve this problem by putting an overflow in the system. So whenever the rain comes down like this, the water has a path to go through a 2-inch pipe behind the wall and dispense out over there in the yard. So the guys are working on the finishing touches. While I was gone this morning at another job digging a pondless basin, Raphael finished up a lot of the finishing touches around the edges as well as a magic waterfall. Now we're just covering some of the edges with gravel that we need to do, mulch, and finishing up the plantings. Hey, thanks for watching this episode. If you like what you saw, press that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell. It means a lot to me and my team behind me. Thanks for watching. Tune in next week for another episode.